What's up, bitches? Welcome back to week 6 of the WPL. We're fighting our good friend Spanik at the Disco and his New York Rangers. Big fan of the team name and the logo. Really well done. Big fan. So yeah, Spanik is one of 2 coaches, I believe, who is undefeated at this point in the season. He's 5-0. We are 4-1, so that's not too bad. But yeah, Spanik's a really good battler. Does really well in a lot of leagues. Has a few championships to his name. So definitely not an easy one for us, and he's got a really good team, honestly. He drafted really well. I think one of the best teams in the league. And he only brought the bulky stuff this week, or at least mostly bulky stuff. He also has offensive threats such as Kieran Black and Mega Gardevoir and regular Sharpedo, which is, I think, really underrated. And he didn't bring them, and I actually understand why. But that ties into my question of the day of what do you tend to prioritize in your drafts? Do you prioritize offense or bulk, or I guess defense? Like basically you're looking for a good offensive core or a defensive core. If you had to pick, because I know a lot of people will say, oh, I prioritize both. You can get bulky offense, you know, like Spanik did, honestly, like Kieran Black, Mega Gardevoir, Tangrowth, Heatran. That's all pretty bulky stuff, and it's really good offensively as well. So, I mean, I guess that's kind of a cop-out to the question. But anyway, if you had to choose one, what do you think is better to prioritize in the draft, offense or defense? Yeah, I tend to, these days, prioritize offense, because I think a good offensive core is harder to get later on in the draft than a defensive core. So, that's just how I look at it. No, probably, well, maybe there's a wrong way, but I don't think there's really a right or a wrong way to do it. It's just kind of your play style. Anyway. Let's move on. My team: Leftovers, Latios, Draco, Psyshock, Earthquake for the Heatran, and then I'm Calm Mind. I think I don't know why I have Calm Mind, to be honest. Other than maybe I was thinking I could live. Well, I get why. Never mind. Anyway, Phytinium Z Weavile for the Heatran or the Kieran Black. That's low kick, so it does a decent amount even without the Z. And then Knockoff Shard and Icicle Crash. Mega Aerodactyl is 4 attacks, so Stone Edge, Wing Attack, Ice Fang, and then Earthquake. I brought Scarf Galvantula, which doesn't make a ton of sense. We'll talk about that later, but it's what I did. It's running Thunderbolt, Bug Buzz, what's that thing? HP Ice and Volt Switch, yeah. Which, yeah, I'll talk about that in a minute too. Registeel is Registeel, does Registeel things. It's mostly there for the Mega Gardevoir that didn't come. It is specially defensive. Seismic Toss, I think Thunder Wave, and then Rocks, and then something else. Oh yeah, Earthquake for the Heatran. And then Decidueye was my Sharpedo answer. It's running Colbur Berry, Leaf Blade, U-Turn, Defog, yeah, that kind of stuff. So anyway, here's what we're going to do. We're going to lead off with Galvantula, or Scarf Galvantula. Now, this is not a good bring at all on my part, because one, he has 2 ground types that can freely switch into it once it's locked into an electric move, so fantastic. And 2, I'm not running Energy Ball for either of them, though I am running HP Ice for the Flygon. So my thought was I'm going to lead Galvantula, and if he leads with either of those 2 things, I'll just click HP Ice, and I'll chip the Mudsdale. Yeah, that's the guy. Mudsdale. Actually, I don't know if I would do that. Well, here, let me just show you real quick. So here's the leads, right? And I don't have to worry about it. But anyway, my thought was I would pop the Yachi Berry or something, or just get really good chip on the Flygon turn 1. But that wasn't a very likely lead. Mudsdale was the more likely lead, and I would have hard switched into something like, I don't know, Latios maybe. Didn't have to deal with it because here we are. I don't think he's going to go right into Mudsdale, and if he did, again, I would just go right into Latios. But I am going to Volt Switch, so here I go doing that. And I do go into Latios here. He goes for a Fire Blast, no big deal. I can freely Calm Mind on this. Tangrowth comes in, which tells me it's probably Assault Vest, so I'm going to switch out because I think he's probably going to go for a knockoff, and he does. Does knock off my leftovers. I'm going to get rocks up, because no reason why not to. And then I'm just going to seismic toss this, because why not? He can't do much to me. Scalding me doesn't really matter. Or burning me, you know. So, just going to seismic toss. I'm going to probably... I do switch out here, I think. Because he's going to go for a recover. Yep, go right into Latios. And I'm just going to psychic, I think. As the Mom Spaghetti does come back out, I do psychic, and it does a decent chunk. Not bad at all. Go back into Registeel for the knockoff. Does nothing. I think, what do I do here? Oh yeah, I do seismic toss again. Now here I probably should have just kept, oh yeah, I do keep seismic tossing. And I don't see an item yet, so I shouldn't be doing this really, because here he's going to show that he has Ayapapa Berry. And that's not great, because I don't have that many good special attackers to beat it, so I'm going to bring in this guy, Leaf Blade it, and it's just going to get harder and harder to kill him, as Heavy Slam's going to 2-hit KO me here. So I go into Latios, I do take the, he misses a Toxic, kind of crucial, not great, so Psychic still doesn't take him out. I do get Toxic after all. I'm just going to click Psychic again, no big deal, and thankfully the Mudsdale is dealt with. So now I have a Toxic Latios here. Tangrowth comes back in. I'm going to go back into Decidueye this time. Take the knockoff because of the Cobra Berry, and I think I just... I Spirit Shackle. Okay, no big deal. He does knock off again. I'm going to go into Aerodactyl. I can just freely Wing Attack and knock that out. So, cool. That thing's dealt with. I am going to switch out into Latios here because I think he is probably Scarfed at this point, since he brought it in on it. There's no way I wouldn't carry Earthquake. Probably didn't expect Earthquake on this, and that shows me that he was in fact Shogun. So that's good. Now I know Aerodactyl can deal with that. I click Earthquake. That's dead. This thing, I think I might as well get some chip on it. So I go Earthquake. Doesn't burn me, thankfully. Go for one more Earthquake. He Baneful Bunkers. He gets some Black Sludge recovery back. An Earthquake again. I kind of expected him to recover or switch out. Like, the Fly Gun was really free right there. But hey, what are you going to do? I'm going to knock off here because it's totally free. And he decides to sack off the Tox Specs. No big deal. I'm going to Icicle Crash right here. And he does show that he is Yachi, but I kill him right through it. Like, right through it. Right dead. So here I'm just going to go for another Icicle Crash. Doesn't kill. Flinch would have been nice, but no big deal. Moonblast. And then here's where Scarf Galvantula comes in. Super clutch. Because I get to outspeed and kill with an HP Ice. And we beat Spanik 1-0. So yeah, Scarf Galvantula was definitely something that caught him by surprise. He thought he had that game at the end with Scarf Rabambi, which normally he would have because he was... Or no, sorry, not Scarf Rabambi. It was Pixie Plate Rabambi, which means it would have OHKO'd the Galvantula with the Moonblast. So, interesting, right? Like, Galvantula was a really interesting bring in that I brought Scarf. I probably shouldn't have done that, but doing so won me the game. So, awesome. I'm really happy about that. GG to you, Spanik. Sorry it was so weird and unexpected, but hey, we ended a winning streak. Beat an undefeated guy. And now, halfway through the season, we're sitting at 5-1, which is really good. That's tied for the best in the league with, never mind, second best now, because Ryan is still undefeated. And Spanik and Matt and who else? Sohan, I think they're all 5-1. Maybe somebody else? Maybe Fizzle? Can't remember. No, wait, no, Fizzle's not having the greatest season. Sorry, Fizzle. Anyway. So, I'm happy. Next week, we were supposed to fight Brett, but he unfortunately... Oops, going dark on me. He unfortunately had to drop, and so his replacement is going to be Austin, aka Garchomp the God, and his Lawrence Talonflames. So, let's hope we can get off to a really good start for the second half of the season and finish strong, because we're in pretty good position right now to make playoffs. And I'm pretty happy about that. So... Anyways, as always, thanks for watching, guys. Tune in next time, to your favorite YouTube channel station. Anyway, catch you next time. Goodbye.